Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today's class is focused on movement and strengthening around our hip region. So we're going to do a range of different exercises to really challenge that area. So we're going to start in standing and do a few warm-up movements there, and then come down onto our mat to continue the class from there. So I hope you enjoy the class. Remember, always work to a level that you feel comfortable with, because most importantly, we want you to enjoy it. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight, come to the fronts of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back. Find that midpoint between those two movements, that weight's going nice and evenly through your feet. Knees are soft, not locked back, hands up onto your pelvis. Very gently, we're going to tilt the pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just a gentle movement forwards and back, finding that midpoint between those two movements. And that pelvis in that nice neutral position, lovely. That core's engaged, those ribs are soft, collarbones nice and wide, and that neck long and lifted from there. Beautiful. So we're going to float our hands up towards the ceiling. I'm going to bring my hands behind my head. And we'll do a little bit of rotation here with also a little balance challenge. So we're going to lift the left leg and then bring that right elbow down and then come back to that start. So we're going to repeat on the same side and then lower. So rotating elbow to opposite knee, good, and then back. So breathing out as you rotate, breathe in as you fold back. Breathe out as you rotate, breathe in as you fold back. Good, so a little bit of rotation to the upper body, changing that balance a little bit. That leg you're standing on is working hard as well. Good, and back. Rotating and back. Let's do 3 more this side. 3, good, 2, and 1, and then back. We're going to do the same on the other side. So opposite leg, we're going to lift, bring opposite knee to elbow. Good, so lifting that right knee, bring that left elbow down this time. Good, opening out and back. Breathing out as you lift, breathe in as you fold back. Good, rotating around nice and control. Look at that upper body rotation here. Good. Last 3. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to that start. Well done. Bring those arms up. Bring them back down nice and wide from there. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to warm up our legs a little bit more, and we're going to keep those feet that hip width distance apart. We're going to go into a few squats from here. So we're going to drop down, so that bottom goes behind, knees staying that hip width distance apart, and we're going to sink down into that squat and then come back up. Good. So bottom going behind and lifting up. Good. Drop down and lift up. Lovely. So knees going over those toes, staying that hip width distance apart. Lovely. Good. Now on this next one, we're going to drop down. As we come back up, then we're going to reach our arms above our head, squeeze that bottom and extend the leg behind. Good. So we're dropping down, coming back up, reach the arms, squeeze the bottom behind. Drop down. Alternating sides, we're extending that leg. Good. Squeeze the bottom, reach behind. Lovely. Drop down, reach the arms up, extend the leg. Good. Dropping down, reaching up. Drop down, extending. So we're using that bottom muscle to extend that leg behind. It's not a big movement, it won't go that far. Squeeze the bottom, reach behind. Drop down, alternating sides here. Good. Reaching, drop down. Good. Let's do 1 more each side. Extending that leg back, dropping down, extending back, and then lower those arms down. Very good, relaxing from there. Okay, so we're going to do a standing clam now. So it's just to really work those side of our glute muscles and also challenge a little bit of balance as well. So standing on one leg, we're going to either have our toe just touching onto the ground here. This knee's nice and soft. And we can start here, keep those hips forward, and we're going to open out and fold back. So it's not a big movement. We shouldn't be feeling our whole body rotating. Keep those hip bones pointing forwards. Good, so opening out, folding back. Lovely. Well done. That core's still gently engaged. Now if that feels fine here, we can challenge it a little bit more if you want to, and just hook that foot behind that leg that we're standing on. So we're opening out, fold back. If that feels too much, just keep that toe in contact with the ground. Opening out, but still keeping those hip bones facing forwards as I'm opening out and folding back. Good. Open out and fold back. Well done. It's not a huge movement, just engaging those bottom muscles and opening out through that hip. Lovely. Good. Opening out and back. A few more here. Well done. And back. Keeping those hip bones forward. Good. Let's do one more here. And we're going to come back to the start. Stay on that one leg if you can, or that toe in contact with the ground. Elbows into your side, and we're going to open out and back. So that leg you're standing on, really challenging that balance. Keep that neck long, those shoulders down. Good. So opening out, squeeze the shoulder blades gently back and forwards. Breathing out and back. Lovely. And let's do one more. And back, and then lower the leg and those arms back down. Well done. Okay, so let's do the same on the other side. So either just keeping that toe just to begin with, just in contact with the ground, hips pointing forwards, and we're going to just open out through that hip and fold back. Breathing out, breathe in. Good. Opening out and folding back. So just controlling that movement, keeping those hip bones pointing forwards as we open out through that hip and then fold back. Well done. Good. Opening out and fold back. Well done. So either stay here at this level, or we can just pop that foot behind that other leg, and we're opening out, challenging that balance a little bit more as well. Well done. Keeping up nice and tall through that center. Hip bone staying forwards, not too much rotation through that hips and the pelvis there. Keeping those hip bones forward. It's not a huge movement. Well done. Opening out, folding back. Good. Last few here, keeping that control. This leg you're standing on is working really hard as well. Very good. Good. And let's do one more here. And as before, if you can, we're going to stay here, balancing on this leg. We're going to bring our hands up and then drop those elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift those hands above your head, drop those elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Good. And again, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. And up, well done. Squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. And lift up. Last couple here, squeezing down and back. Lovely, one more time. Squeeze down and back. And lifting up. And then lower that leg, bring those arms back down. Well done. Good, so a bit of a balance challenge there as well. Okay, so I'm going to come just onto your side from here. And we're going to do a little bit of movement and a lunge through this leg. So what I want you to do is with the right leg, we're going to lunge behind, so drop that leg down. And then as we come up, we're going to drive that leg forwards. So we're going to step back, lunge down, drive that leg forwards. Drop down, flexing the hip, lifting up. Good. Same leg here, driving up. Good. Stepping back into that lunge, driving that leg forward. Well done. Dropping back, driving forwards. Good. Drop back down, drive the leg forwards. Good, do a few more here, drive forward. Dropping down, drive forward, lovely. Nice and control, keep those knees going forwards, lift up, lovely. Dropping down, driving up, well done. Last three here. 3, well done. 2, and 1. Driving forward, coming back down. Very good. Okay, so let's do the same on that left side now, or your opposite side. So we're going to take that leg back into that lunge, drive it forwards. Good. Dropping down, driving forward. So just go as low with that movement as you feel comfortable to do. Dropping down, you don't have to go quite so low. Keep that control, that's the most important thing. That core is gently engaged. Good. Dropping back. Driving forwards. Drop down, drive forward. Well done. Drop down, drive forward. Good. Last 3 here. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Driving forward. Lower that leg down. Very good. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to come to the end of my mat. We're going to do a few roll downs from here, just get our backs moving. So take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, tuck that chin down. Just going to roll those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end here. As you breathe out, gently restacking, slowly coming back up into standing. Lovely. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, curling down through that spine, rolling slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath in at the end there. Then as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing. Good. Let's do that one more time. Breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down. Rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath in here. And we're going to stay here. Soften those knees. Breath in again as you breathe out. Sink down that little bit further, softening the knees. We're going to walk our hands down. And we're going to come down onto the mat. And we're going to continue our class here in 4-point kneeling. Okay, so we're continuing the class here in 4-point kneeling. So to start, we're going to have our hands underneath those shoulders, knees are underneath those hips. Elbows should be soft, so not locked back. And we're just going to start with a gentle cat stretch movement just to get our backs moving a little bit more here. So we're going to tuck our head under, arch that back up, flexing the spine, and then drop down, looking forwards. And again, tucking that head under, arching that back up, and then drop down, extending the spine. So just a gentle movement, flexing and extending the whole spine. Good, and then just look to find that midpoint between those two movements. So that back is nice and flat in that neutral position. That core's gently engaged, that belly button's just drawn up towards that spine from here. Okay, so elbows, keeping those elbows soft, we're going to start by challenging those bottom muscles a little bit here with some donkey kicks. So we're going to start with my right leg and I'm going to bring that heel up towards the ceiling, keeping that knee at that 90-degree angle, and I'm going to push my heel up to the ceiling, so pushing up and down. So just a small movement, extending up and down from here. Good. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower that leg down. Good. Now with that same right leg, we're going to do some fire hydrants. So we're going to bring this knee, bring it out to the side, and then fold it back. Good. So again, not a big movement, keeping that pelvis level as we open out, fold back. Good. Opening out and back. So let's do 5 more. 5, 4, good, 3, 2, and 1, fold back. Now with that same right leg, we're going to combine those together. So we're going to lift that heel up, donkey kicks, down, out to the side, back. Pushing that heel up, out to the side, back. Good. So extending that hip, down, out to the side, back. Good. And again, lift up, down, out to the side, back. Lifting up, down, out to the side, back. Exactly. Extend, down, out to the side, back. Really good. Lift up, down, out to the side, back. Last few. Lifting up, out to the side, and back. Extending that hip, out to the side, back. One more time. Lift up, down, out to the side, and back. Very good. Okay, so for that left leg now, the opposite side, we're going to do some donkey kicks to start with as we did before. So we're going to keep that knee bent, lift that heel up towards the ceiling, and we're going to push that heel up. Good, so pushing, extending that hip, pushing that heel up towards the ceiling, keeping that core gently engaged, that back staying nice and flat, using those bottom muscles to extend through that hip. Well done. Good, still breathing in and out, don't hold your breath. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower that leg back down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to do the same leg, left side. We're going to open out into that fire hydrant and back. So again, opening out, folding back. It's not a big movement. Opening out, fold back. Good. Just opening out that hip, using those side bottom muscles, just opening out and then folding back. Good. Opening out and back. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and back down. Good. Same leg on that left side. We're going to combine those together. So we're going to extend, lower, out to the side, back. Extend that leg, down, out to the side, back. Well done. Extending up, down, out to the side, back. Extending up, down, out to the side and back. Good. Lifting up, down, out to the side, back. Extend the leg, good. Out to the side and back. Few more here. Extending up, down, out to the side and back. Lift up, lower, out to the side and back. Good. Extending through, using those bottom muscles. Extending that leg up, down, out to the side and back. Well done. Good. Out to the side, back. One more. Extending up, down, out to the side and back. Lower down, drop down, have a nice stretch out into that child pose. So reach those fingers forward, drop that bottom down towards your heels. Take a nice deep breath in here. As you breathe out, just sink down a little bit further. Good. And again, breath in. And out, sinking down that little bit further. Well done. And again, breath in. And out, sinking down. Lovely. One more time, breath in. And out, sinking down. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to come back forwards onto my elbows from here, if you can. So onto those elbows, still that shoulder width apart. And we're going to just do some extensions with our legs. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to extend the right leg away and then fold it back. So stay again with that right leg, extending, folding back. So extend the leg away, folding it back. Good. Extend the leg, fold back. So I'm really using those bottom muscles to extend that leg away, controlling, folding back. Good. Extend the leg and back, reaching away, fold back. Well done. Reach away and fold back. Lovely. Nice and controlled, still keeping that core just gently engaged as you extend and fold back. Extend the leg, folding back. Lovely. Extending and back. Extend the leg, fold back. Last few. Good. And back. Extending and back. Last three. 3. Good. 2. And 1, and then lower that leg back down. Very good. Okay, let's do the same on the opposite side. So on that left side, we're going to reach the leg away, folding back. Breathing out as you reach away, breathing as you fold back. Breathing out as you reach away, breathing as you fold back. Using those bottom muscles, extending the leg, folding back. Good, well done. And back. Extending away, fold back. Lovely. Good. Keeping that core just gently engaged. That neck just staying long, just looking down at that mat. Well done. And back. Extend away, folding back. Good. Last few here. Extending, fold back. Good. Let's just do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Folding back, drop down, have a little stretch out again. If you want to this time, bring those arms down by your side and just relax those shoulders here. So breath in and out, sinking down. Well done. Breath in and out, relaxing down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our sides from here. So if you've got a thicker block, you can use that just to support your head, or a little towel or something there if you want to, just to support that neck in this position. So down onto our sides, we're going to bend our knees up to start with, keeping those hips stacked on top of each other. We're going to lift this top leg up to that hip height. We're going to go into our side kick movement here. So imagine that leg's on that table. We're going to glide it forwards, glide it back, keeping that leg at that hip height level. So we glide forwards and glide back. So I can either keep this knee bent if that feels comfortable, or you can straighten that leg and we're going to glide forwards and glide back. So point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back if that leg's straight. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Keeping that leg at that hip height level, really challenging those glutes. Well done. So keeping that core engaged, we're controlling that movement through that pelvis as we glide forwards and glide back. Well done. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Nice and control. Beautiful. If you want to challenge it a little bit more for the last few, you can straighten that lower leg. That obviously reduces that base of support a little bit more. So you might find that leg won't go quite so far forwards or back. That doesn't matter. Just keep that control the same. So pick what's comfortable. Lower leg straight or bent, doesn't matter. Just go to where you feel comfortable. Good. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Keeping that leg, remember, at that hip height level, really challenging those glutes. Good. And again, gliding forwards, gliding back. A few more here, nice and control, well done. Glide forwards, gliding back. Good. And again, glide forwards, glide back. Let's do one more here, gliding forwards, gliding back, and then bring those legs back down, bend that knee. Let's drop that leg in front, have a little stretch out and a rest of that top leg. We've worked it hard. So while we're resting this leg, we can just leave it in this position. At the same time, if you want to, we can lengthen through that lower leg and do a few little pulses, lifting up and down with that inner thigh. So we're just pulsing that lower leg here. No tension through that upper body, just breathing in and out as we're pulsing through that lower leg. So breathing in and out, keeping that core just gently engaged, supporting them there. Good, pulsing through that lower leg. Well done. Last few, breathing in and out. One more time, breath in and out. And then relax that leg down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come up and over, do the same on the other side. So bring that block or whatever you're using with you just to support your head. So we'll come down onto our sides. Okay, so as we did before, we do our side kick movement, hips stacked on top of each other, that core's gently engaged. We're going to start by lifting this top leg just to that hip height, and we're going to glide the leg forwards and then gliding it back. Good, so gliding forwards, gliding back. So if you want to, remember you can straighten this top leg. If the leg's straight, we can point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. All the while keeping that leg at that hip height level to really challenge those glutes as we're gliding forwards, gliding back. So keep that control through that pelvis as well, not too much movement through there. If you need to, just make that movement a little bit smaller with that leg. Good, gliding forwards, gliding back. Keeping that leg, just watching it's not dropping to the floor, keep it at that hip height level to really get those glutes working. Well done. Gliding forwards, gliding back. Very good. And again, point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. So for the last few, if you want to challenge it a little bit more, we can straighten that lower leg. Again, just making that a little bit harder, reducing that base of support. As I said before, that might mean that leg doesn't go quite so far forwards or back. That's fine. It's just that little bit more of a challenge. So just pick to what's comfortable for you. Keeping that core gently engaged. So we're gliding forwards and gliding back. Good, and again, glide forwards, glide back. And again, gliding forwards, gliding back. Well done. A few more here, glide forwards, glide back, well done. Let's do one more, gliding that leg forwards, gliding back. And then lower that leg down, bend the knees up, well done. Let's drop that top leg in front, give it a little stretch out there. While we're stretching this top leg, we can lengthen through that lower leg and do a few little pulses of that inner thigh. So while we're stretching this top leg, just pulse that lower leg, keeping that core gently engaged and just breathing in and out from here. And again, breathing in and out. And again, breath in and out. Good. One more time, breath in and out. Very good. And then relax that leg down. Very good. Okay, bring those legs back together. So we're going to drop that block around to the side. I'm going to come around onto my back from here. So coming down onto your back, feet and knees that hip width distance apart. Just start by finding our neutral as we normally do. So we're going to tilt that pelvis forwards and back. Just find that midpoint between those two movements. So that pelvis in that nice neutral position. That core's gently engaged, ribs are soft, collarbones nice and wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Okay, so we're going to start by raising one leg up towards the ceiling. If you can, we're going to straighten that leg and we're going to do a little one leg circle here. So we're going to keep those toes pointing up to the ceiling and we're going to come around in that circle, drawing that circle on the ceiling as you come around and back. Now I want you to really think about keeping this pelvis relatively level, so those hip bones pointing forwards. If you're feeling too much rolling or rotating through that pelvis, make this circle a little bit smaller. But if you're feeling super comfortable, then make it a little bit bigger, okay? So we're going to come around in that circle, drawing that circle on the ceiling, controlling that movement as you come around and back. Very good. Still breathing in and out. Not holding your breath as we're circling that leg around and back. Good. Lovely. Round and back. Now let's change direction. So opposite direction, we're going to come around and back. Good. Changing that direction, still keeping that control. That movement's coming from that hip. The hip is moving that leg, coming around and back. Good. Still breathing in and out, not holding your breath. Last few here. Good. And one more. And then lower that leg back down from there. Good. Let's do the same on the other side. Knee up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg. And we're going to come around and back. Good. So circling that leg, that movement again from that hip joint. That's where that movement's coming from as you come around and back. Good. Circling around. Again, you can make that movement a little bit smaller if you feel like you're getting too much rolling or rotating through that pelvis. Or if it's feeling really comfy, make it a little bit bigger if you can. Good. Coming around and back. Good. Circling that movement, nice and controlled. Not holding your breath, remember, breathing in and out. Good, now let's change direction of that circle, coming around and back. Well done. Keeping that control as you come around and back. Lovely. Circling around. Very good. Coming around and back. Last few. Good. Let's do one more. Back to that star, lower that leg back down. Well done. Okay, so feet and knees still that hip width distance apart. Bring those feet just a little bit closer to your bottom so we don't get cramp in your hamstrings when we go up into our bridge. Arms relaxed down by your side. So we're going to take a breath in here. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck the pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly walking that spine gently back down onto the mat. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge, breath in here. And as you breathe out, again, just slowly walking that spine back onto the mat. Good. So use those bottom muscles to help lift you up into that bridge. Keep those bottom muscles engaged as you slowly lower that spine back down onto the mat. Good. Now you can either stay here at this level if that feels comfortable, or if you want to, keeping that pelvis level, we can extend one leg and lower back down, then lower that spine back down. Good. And again, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up, keeping that pelvis level, opposite leg, extend that away, and then lowering back down. So a little extra challenge there if you want to, but use those bottom muscles, lifting up into that pelvis, extending the leg, good, and then lowering back down. Lovely. Keeping that pelvis level. So if you add that movement in with that leg, just watch for that bottom dropping. You're trying to keep that pelvis nice and level. So sometimes just placing those fingers on those hip bones, just going to give you a little bit of feedback to see if that's happening. And just make sure those bottom muscles are really working to support you there. Good. Lowering down. Well done. We'll do the last couple here. So if you're extending the leg, we'll just do one more each side. Good. And last one. Lifting up, extending that leg, and then lowering back down. Lovely. Now, keeping those feet down if you've been extending them, we're going to do another one here together, but we're going to hold this position. So we're going to take a breath in, keep those feet down, lifting up into that bridge. Once you come to that top point, hold that here, and we're going to weight those bottom muscles up a little bit more, and we're going to drop our pelvis down an inch and then lift it back up an inch. So we're going to drop it down an inch, then lift back up an inch. Good. And again, dropping down and lifting up an inch. So drop that bottom down, lifting up. So really feel those bottom muscles working as we drop down and lift up. And again, dropping down and lifting up. Well done. And again, drop down and lift up. And again, dropping down and lifting up. And again, drop down, lift up. Good. Dropping down and lifting up. One more time. Drop down, lift up. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. Perfect. Let's bring those knees and have a little hug. Oh, stretch out that back. Well done. So nice deep breath in and out here. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch. Just that little bit further if you can. So breath in and out. Good. And again, breath in and out. So just sink down into that stretch, just opening out through that back, Just have a nice little stretch here. Good, let's do one more breath in and out, and then relaxing down. Well done. Good, so let's lower those legs down from here. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of abdo prep into this movement. So if you can, we're going to float both legs up into double tabletop, keeping that core gently engaged. And I'm going to bring my hands behind my head here. Now, if you can, I'm going to lift up my head into abdo prep. At the same time, extend my legs away. Holding this position, going to open the legs apart, fold back together, and then lower down together. If that feels too much lifting that head as well, you can keep your head down. But if you can, we'll lift the head, extend the legs, open legs out, back, and then lower back down. Well done. And again, lifting up, opening out, back, fold back down. Good. So extend the legs away, opening out, fold back, and lower down. Well done. And again, extending, opening out, back, and lower. Good. And again, extending, open out, back, and lower. Good. And again, extend away, open the legs out, fold back in together. Good. So breathe out. And in as you lower. Breathe out as you extend away. Breathing in as you lower back down. Good. So breathe out. Breathe in to fold back. All together. Well done. Breathing out. And in. Good. Breathe out. And in. Breathing out. And in. Well done. And again, lift up. Opening out. Fold back. All together. Well done. Extend away. Open out. Together. Fold back. Lovely. Last few. Lifting. Opening. Back. Fold back. Well done. Last couple here. Opening out. Back. Fold together. Let's do one more time. Lengthen away. Opening out. Fold back. Lower back down together. Well done. Lower those legs down one at a time. Very good. Okay, so let's stretch that out. So bring your hands down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop our knees to one side. Turn your head to the opposite side if you can, opening out through that spine. And then use those toe muscles to bring those knees back up. And then over to that opposite side. So opening out side to side here. Drop those knees over. Turn that head to that opposite side. And then coming back up. Good. Drop the knees over. Turning that head. Coming back up. And over to that opposite side. So just opening out side to side from here. Drop those knees over, turning that head, coming back up and over to that opposite side. Opening out, coming back up, dropping those knees over, turning that head. Good, so we're just rotating through that spine, side to side, opening out, drop the knees over, turning that head. Well done. Coming back up, dropping over, rotating that spine. Lovely. Let's do one more each side. Dropping the knees over. And then over to that opposite side. Lovely. And then coming back with those knees up to the ceiling. Bring those arms back down by your side. Lovely. So we're going to open out through those hips just gently here. So keep the feet together. We're going to drop those knees opening out to the side. Just feel that stretch into that inner thigh area here, just holding that there. So again, just relax through those ribs, those shoulders. Take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, just gently feel those knees just sinking down towards the floor. Good. And again, breath in. And out. Good. And again, breath in. And out, just sinking down. Lovely. One more time, breath in. And out. And then we're just going to fold those knees back up together from there. Okay, so let's stretch out our bottom muscles that we worked really hard today. So we're going to put one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to bring the other leg up in towards you, just as far as you're comfortable. And we're going to hold this stretch here. So take a nice deep breath in and out. On that out breath, if you can, we're going to sink down into that stretch just that little bit further. Good. And again, breath in. And out. Good. And again, breath in. And out. So just sinking down to that stretch just that little bit further if you can. Well done. Breath in. And out. So no tension in that upper body. Just relaxing down into that stretch. And we're just holding that there. Well done. Breathing in. And out. Just Just relaxing down into that stretch. Well done. Very good. And then we're going to lower that leg back down. We'll do the same on the other side, so opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to bring the other leg up and towards you, just as far as you feel comfortable. And then we're going to hold that stretch here. So again, breath in and out. And again, breath in and out. So just sinking down into that stretch, holding that position, breathing in and out, just relaxing down into that stretch. No tension in the upper body, just holding that stretch. Well done. Breath in and out here. Very good. Well done. And then we're just going to lower that leg back down. Excellent. Okay, so let's just stretch out through our hamstrings now. So knee up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg. You can use your hand just to support that leg there if you want to. Just feel that stretch through the back of the leg. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. We're just going to hold this stretch here. As before, just breathe in and out slowly, just in your own time, holding this stretch. No tension to that upper body. Then if you can, we're just going to point and flex through the ankle here. Just changing that stretch slightly. Just point and flex through that foot. Well done. Good. Pointing and flexing. And then hold that stretch again. Toes pointing up to the ceiling. Lengthen through the back of the leg. Very good. And then lower the leg back down. Same on the other side. Knee up to the ceiling. Lengthen through the back of the leg. Feel that stretch through the back of the leg there. We're going to hold this stretch. Breathing in. And out. Good. And again, breath in. And out, lengthening through that leg. Very good. And then we can just change that slightly, adding that little bit of ankle movement in again, pointing and flexing through the ankle. So we're going to point and flex, just moving gently here. Well done. And then we're just going to hold this stretch again, toes pointing up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the leg, holding that stretch. Well done. And then just lowering that leg back down. Excellent. So come back up into sitting for me. So I can either sit with our legs crossed or we can have our legs in front if that's more comfortable. And we're just going to have that weight sitting nice and evenly through those sitting bones here. Okay, so we're just going to cool down here with our little shoulder movement. So we're going to bring our hands up above our head and then we're going to drop those elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Reaching up. Good. Dropping down, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Lovely. And again, reach those hands above our head, drop the elbows down, squeezing down and back. Reaching up, squeezing down and back. Lovely. One more time. Good. And squeezing down and back from there. Lovely. Relax those shoulders. Let's place one hand down, do a little mermaid. So we're going to reach one arm over, lengthen through the side of that body. Breath in here. And as we breathe out, back up and over. Good. And again, reaching over. Breath in, lengthen through that side. As you breathe out, come back up and over. Let's do one more each side. Drop down, reach over, breath in and out. Good. And again, reaching over, breath in and out. Coming back to that start. Well done. Relax those shoulders down. Fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed the class today. Well done. And we'll see you again next time.